Right, so now we are going to go live on Facebook.
Wait a second. Do I still have a minute?
30 seconds.
Oh,
I have to type in what we're doing, but you're not currently on the camera, so you're good.
10 minutes ничего. Они без следует. Ничего не дай. It is.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited. We are here today at Bobby B. Let's switch places so that we can get Svetlana here on camera.
You're not started yet, right?
Yes, we are. We are live on Facebook. Say hi, everyone.
everybody.
We are here at Bobby Bead, and I'm Rochelle J from Team TOHO and Bobby Bead, and I have with us TOHO Challenge feature designer for 2023, Svetlana Sapegina.
Hi, everybody.
We are so excited to have you here with us today. We have her amazing TOHO Challenge design. We gave everyone the same beads and they only had a few months to do anything. And so she, of course, created another amazing, beautiful sculpture. The theme of the challenge this year was called Nothing Gold Can Stay. It's by the Robert Frost poem of the same name.
Such a nice poem.
Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. And so we really are inspired by nature's first green is gold. Her, oh my gosh, I just think we have right here. I know we're live on Facebook. Nature's first green is gold. Her heart is huge to hold. Her early leaves of flower, but only so an hour. So Eden sank to grief. So dawn goes down today. Nothing gold can stay. We are really excited to those golden moments in life. We really want to remember forever because it's Sunday morning and our brain can't remember everything. So that's why we're here. You're joining us today live at Bobby Bead. Oh my gosh, Svetlana, tell us how you got inspired to make this amazing design.
Yeah, this is a tree, and I just want to show first maybe how I can build it up. So it has the miniature lights with batteries, and you can lit it up. So in the dark room, it can be as a, what do you call it, night light. Yeah. And when I first got this and opened this kit, I kind of realized that this will be my challenge for sure, because what I normally and usually do are French beaded flowers, and you know, they are kind of usually bright and colorful. Yeah,
They are.
if I do a rose, it's green, of course, is in almost all the flowers for leaves. But if I do a red rose, it will be red, bright red. If I do a peony, it will be pink. If I do what else, like allium, it will be.
Well, because you're recreating what's really in nature, right?
Yes,
And the
correct.
allium is that
Purple.
beautiful purple glow. Yes.
Yeah.
So
And when I got this, and when I opened this kit, TOHO Challenge 2023, I realized that this is not my usual colors. Not bright, not pastel, but gold I always like. Yeah. So I decided not to hurry up and not to because I was afraid at some moment, maybe I will not be able to do this challenge, but just give me some time, give myself some time. And I spent several days or maybe weeks just walking around and not even thinking, but just maybe observing something. And at some moment, I remembered that I was presented, my previous co-worker gave me some beads, and there were these, maybe you know what is this stone, this triangular stone beads. And I noticed that this is exactly the same shades, like very similar, and they inspired me to start thinking about what do I want to do, to create. And first was maybe I will create a stone rose with these beautiful triangular stone beads, plus also I will create some triangular beaded leaves, but then it didn't work out. So, and actually this shape reminded me of Ginkgo leaves, right?
Okay.
We have some here. I don't know where to show.
Oh, yeah, you've got 3 cameras. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, the ginkgo shape is so perfect to wire wrapping to what your creative medium is. Just so when you're looking at it next to the tree, I mean, that's identical. That's amazing.
Yeah, and they can also be of different shapes, like triangular, female leaves, and this is with this notch is male leaves.
Really? There's a
yes.
difference between male and female
Yes,
leaves.
and my tree, you can see it's a male tree.
I love it. Oh my gosh. And it's a Japanese bonsai tree. you
Yes,
said.
and my husband was always dreaming about bonsai, and I only created one bonsai tree in my life. So everything come up together, and here is my tree.
It is just so beautiful.
Yeah, and also I read somewhere on internet that Ginkgo Biloba tree is actually called a tree of life. So after I put lights here, it became a tree of life and light.
Well, and the ginkgo tree, doesn't it take forever to grow? Like it only really grows maybe very small amounts, and so to grow big and strong. Or is it long life?
Actually, this is considered to be a very ancient, or I'm not sure about the correct word, but this tree probably grew when dinosaurs lived.
Right.
And yeah, I like this fact. Maybe that's why the leaves are so unusual.
Right.
And yeah, there's like there is no other tree with leaves
No,
like that.
there aren't. And they do look very prehistoric, yet
And
very
actually,
fan-like as well. And so I can see why it really matched well. And it's just so incredible how you created this. And so this is a beaded French wire technique? Or
originally, this is almost French French technique, but I modified it a little bit. And yeah, first I had an experience on working on these ferns. This is like a simple forest fern, and also there is another type. I have on my Instagram.
Fiddleheads?
Yeah, something like that. And first I used that technique there to create that fern, and here that technique developed further because I needed to kind of mirror.
Oh, right,
Mirror
each
it.
side,
Yeah,
okay.
each side. Yeah, and what I also wanted to mention that after working on different pieces, I'm getting more like nature observing, and I noticed that in Minneapolis we have a lot of Ginkgo trees on the streets.
We really do. I've been taking a lot of garden tours on my lunch breaks, and they're beautiful.
Yeah.
And
Especially in the fall when you have those leaves on the ground, on the feet.
It really is beautiful. And so this took you months to do.
maybe even more.
Maybe even more.
Because actually I have a full-time job and I didn't have time to work like I like from the morning till the evening, but only on evenings or when weekends.
And so you've got on here TOHO seed beads and little check glass beads too?
No, just what we have in this kit.
Right, but the check, those are
Right,
the really fun shapes.
Not seed beads,
Or
but
check
yeah.
glass, they're shapes, they're the
Yes,
multiple hole shapes.
Mhm.
And they really, these little ones really look great, like the little, the pod, the leaf before it opens.
Right.
And so, yeah, you've got fire polish and bits.
A little add-ons.
All kinds of fun little, and all the little drop
I can
beads.
actually bring it closer to the camera.
Yeah, it's right there.
Mhm.
There you go.
Yeah, also in the ground, also kind of I try to create a real ground with stones or rocks. How bonsai trees like it.
Mhm.
Yeah, with
Because you
moss.
visited the Japanese gardens
Yes,
recently and you brought your little friend to join its bigger brothers and sisters in the garden.
And my husband always helps me with like he always finds places where I need to go to get
Mhm.
inspired. So he
Well,
finds time.
Right, so that was the Japanese gardens at Como Zoo or?
Yes, Como Zoo and
Mhm.
Conservatory. It's a very beautiful Japanese garden.
It's so beautiful. It's amazing how you did that.
Thank
And then it's got the lights, so it turns on and off.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, what kind of advice would you give to somebody else who wanted to take the TOHO challenge?
Yeah, actually just take it. No matter how much time, how long it will take. But what I realized for myself, it was my first challenge, that you need to take part into challenges, because when you are just boiling in your self creativity without kind of influence from the outside, you can create maybe one type pieces or the same colors, or I don't know, like your style. But when somebody asks you to create something like this challenge, you need to challenge yourself to come up with new ideas. This tree wouldn't exist without this challenge, and I'm glad that I took part and were able to finish it. And my husband is happy because he wanted a bonsai tree.
Exactly, so everyone got their wish, so that's why I love that beads and beading is not just for jewelry, that you can have home decor, you can have, you've got pins, you've got amazing, you can even store your jewelry in your creations.
For example, here.
See, it's
the
so,
shell.
yeah,
Yeah.
that one's the closest. That's so amazing, and
I just
so.
put my ring here in this shell.
So then a beautiful storage device at home, and I love, and you're using wires, so people always ask, because these are TOHO beads and they have really large holes, what type of wire fits through the TOHO beads the best?
I always try to use the thickest wire possible. It's easier to weave out of thin wire, but it's not very stable. Like you can touch your petals or whatever and they bend easily or yes, like over time. So I like wire number 24 gauge, which is 0.5 and even sometimes more millimeters in diameter.
Sometimes with the extra coatings, it is a little thicker, is that what you mean? Or you can use a 22 gauge as well, is that what you mean by thicker, or?
Yeah, just the gauge, and it should be also high quality, like copper wire.
Okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't rust.
Oh,
over
right,
time.
absolutely. And so, because yeah, you put a lot of work into this, and thankfully you don't have to water them every day like we do with the rest of our gardens in our drought here this summer.
This is one of the best
Absolutely.
features.
Right, and they bloom all year round, because isn't that a mimosa, which only comes at one time of the year? And you can then have it in your house all year round.
Yeah,
Um,
you can prolong time.
and remember the smell. And it's just so exciting. And so do you also teach these classes or create tutorials, or where can people find more of your work so that they could either create them or?
Yeah, first of all, I have a 10 years experience in teaching, but now I have a YouTube channel, and I have a Christmas tree on my YouTube channel. I have, what else? Like a lot of roses, a lot of, just come visit it and you will find. And people like to use those videos to create their own pieces. Yeah, especially blue spruce or Christmas tree is very popular on Christmas, and it's easy to start with. For example, if somebody doesn't have any experience in wire work or French beading.
And so what is your YouTube channel so that people could find it? And I'll type it here in the chat on Facebook.
It's called, YouTube now is changing names. Super biser, but biser means beads. So you can try beads, super beads.
BISOR
ER. Super BISER. ER. And you can, just to make sure, you can also add by Svetlana.
Okay.
By Svetlana.
And because that means super beater.
Super beads.
Super beads. I love it. I love it. Super beads. And so would that be all one word then when they're looking for it? Okay, by Svetlana.
By Svetlana, all one word. Or they can also try super beads, because this should be my new name. It should work. But I never tried it yet.
Well, you are you do super things with beads. I'm so excited. I mean, you do absolutely so many things. You've got amazing, you can see the table is filled with all these wonderful things. So that's why I have tried to convince her to take the challenge before. But she's been very busy, so I'm so lucky that this golden year, this golden opportunity could happen.
Thank you so much.
That's just what's so amazing about this. So what is your favorite thing about taking the challenge? Was it the actual challenge itself, coming out of your box? What's the one thing you're going to take away from this challenge this year?
Yeah, I think you got it, coming out of my box. And I'm glad that Bobby Bead always encourages people, and of course TOHO beads, they are so nice. And I used to use check beads and I still love them, but because here in the US it's harder to find check beads, and I started to work here at Bobby Bead and I was surrounded by these beautiful TOHO beads. I couldn't resist trying them all as well. So my mimosa flowers were the first project with TOHO Aiko beads.
Oh my god!
And I fell in love with them. Yeah, then was this.
Wow, that's all TOHO Aiko as well. Wow. So if you have not, that is a size 11 cylinder.
This is actually
and then
15.
Then they have size 15 beads that match really well down. The 15s in TOHO are a little bit more cylindrical than donut shape. So they are really close to a 15 cylinder. And it's just so amazing. So the 24 gauge wire still fits through the 15 beads.
Yes.
That's amazing.
The hole is pretty big.
Right. That's TOHO beads.
This is what I like.
Have the largest hole in the industry. And so it really is it's just so much, makes all your craft work, no matter what the medium it is you decide you want to work in. And I just love, it's so complete, straight out of the garden.
Also, I incorporated this zirconia chat bead to kind of
Well, yeah, a little sparkle.
yeah, like
here
a
and there.
dewdrop.
Right, absolutely. Well, if you want to see more of Svetlana's Ginkgo Tree of Light and Life, it will be here at Bobby Bead on display until the end of July. We have an entire section of different TOHO challenge designs back in the wholesale room that we are showing off. And then we are actually headed to Bead Fest in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So the Team TOHO booth will be joining Maggie T Designs at Bead Fest. So Team TOHO is Bobby Bead, Starman Beads, and the TOHO manufacturer. And we are a nonprofit educational group, and we just want to spread the love of beading around the globe. So Team TOHO booth will be at Bead Fest, which is combining also with Stitch Fest, Yarn Fest, Art Fest. So they're calling them Maker Fests now. So all four under one roof. And so we will have all the TOHO Challenge featured designers, including her beautiful tree, on display at the Team TOHO booth. And that's August 3rd through 5th in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, at the convention center there right in downtown. And then after that, it will come back and we're going to have it at the Twin City Bead Bazaar, which is happening here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Well, actually Hopkins, I think, or St. Louis Park. It's the Eisenhower Community Center, Highway 7169 was the old high school. And so Team TOHO will have a booth there as well. And we will be showing off all the Team TOHO designs because we're getting the ones from Europe, from Japan. And so then after that, they're all going to Japan to be shown at the Tokyo Gallery.
And mine as well.
And yours as well. It's going
Wow.
to Japan. And then after that, it's going to Germany to Twinkle Beads to go to the German show for spring. So we want the TOHO challenge to be a worldwide challenge. And we want everyone to take it. We're hoping that inspiration like Svetlana has given you here and our other designers will encourage you to take the TOHO challenge too.
So you won't travel.
Well, you know, we need to spread the word, and because the bead shows, we want to stagger throughout the year because this is all year challenge. This is 2023. The year is nowhere near over yet. So please don't feel that you're too late to start. You can start now. We have a list of all the TOHO stock numbers and the check glass color numbers on the Bobby Bead websites. If you go to bobbybead.com, you can click wholesale or retail. The retail has everything on it as well, all the different check glass that's in there too, because there's a whole list of check glass colors from Starman beads that are allowed to use in the kit. So there's more than 20 colors in the palette. You can also go to Team TOHO Facebook page, and the post is right pinned to the top, so you can see all the colors that you can use. And then we'll post your photos as well. So look for really wonderful photos of Svetlana's design, close up all over. We'll be showing them in the featured designer photo album on Team TOHO Facebook page and on the TOHO website shortly. And so look for them, share to the public, and hopefully you too can take the TOHO challenge. And
Yes. Oh, I wish I could travel with my tree.
I know.
And see the whole world.
I would love it. And so, because beading is our common language. And so that's why the beads tell the story of our love for our art and what you put out there in the world. And so where else can people find more of you so that they could as well? What other places?
I also have my website, which is called the same, super biser, BISER .com. And actually there you can find my Instagram account, which is the same, super biser, which means super beads. And I just forgot to mention that I'm also working on a tutorial for my YouTube channel, video lesson how to create this tree. Maybe it will be a couple of lessons or 3 because it's going to be pretty
In
big.
stages, yeah.
Yes, so hopefully I will be done by the end of this year
Right.
or sooner.
And didn't you just release another tutorial for one of your other projects?
The previous was mimosa flowers.
Okay,
Then I didn't have time, but I was working on this piece.
wow, I really love the allium, the big purple ball, oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
especially in Minneapolis, there is the mall.
Oh, right, yeah.
And there were a lot of alliums blooming in the spring. So I got inspired by them. And here it is. Also using the tiniest TOHO 15 round beads. Yeah. And actually, this is what I like. This is for me personally, this kind of beads, I call TOHO 15 opens new possibilities, opportunities for me.
So all of these are
Icos.
the icos?
Yes, here on the stem,
Okay,
it's
so you just
icos.
spin it and spin.
Yeah. On the leaf, it's the combination of icos and 15 rounds.
Wow.
Yeah, also some sparkles.
Well, of course,
I like.
life is, too short not to have some sparkle in it every day, absolutely. And so, it is so beautiful. Well,
Thank you.
I'm sure that tutorial would be really fun. They are
Yes.
just so beautiful.
And I'm working on this tutorial, but it will be huge.
Well, I mean,
A lot
because
of-
just each leaf is a masterpiece,
Yeah, and it
And
takes me
different
time, it's like almost a year to make it. So I only need to finish the first lesson. I usually create all the lessons first, and then the first lesson is introduction, and it's like materials and everything. So it comes the last to work on. And also this
Okay,
zirconia beads.
it's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. This has just been such a joy to see, and we hope you will come stop in to Bobby Bead.
Thank you for the invitation.
And it's just been so much fun. I wish you still worked with me every day. I miss you.
Yeah, me too. Sometimes I'm recalling our days here at Bobby Bead.
And so,
Yeah, and I'm so glad I met you.
absolutely. Well, thank you for choosing Minnesota over California all those years ago when you came here. And thank you so much, everyone.
I have one surprise for this girl, one winner.
There you go.
For which girl?
I don't know, but we have a guest artist in the house.
We have two girls here.
And
Wow.
so, oh,
Now I see where he was.
what an amazing, please say hi to the most wonderful support system that Svetlana ever. Oh, and he spoils me too. Oh my God.
I like people say.
Oh my God.
Baby.
But I like the house.
Oh, so sweet. So there's so much love in Bobby Bead and in the TOHO challenge. We really hope that you all come join us for the TOHO challenge. Take the challenge, come see the display here at Bobby Bead. Come see the display at Bead Fest in Lancaster. And thank you so much.
And try to take this challenge.
Please take the TOHO challenge.
And next as
We
well.
love TOHO beads and we love you. Thank you. Bye.
Спасибо.